So next is to modify. Now, sometimes you can draw, as you can see what I've drawn. We can fit this. We have a fitting icon here. We have a zoom in. We have a span to help you move like this. This is for rotating. However, for rotating, you can just hold and drag. You can, if you are using a mouse, you can get that middle pin. You roll it. So you can draw such things, and you want to modify to improve your sketch to some extent. So you just come to modify. So modify. The first thing you're going to see in modification is fillet. Remember, during drawing, I showed you that when you're drawing polygons like rectangles, they have auto filleting. It can chop the corners, but you're going to see how to do it without doing that automatically. So I'll still use the same figures or illustrations I've been using. So for a fillet is mostly using to beautify your design. If you want to beautify your design, and it has a radius, this radius varies depending on what you're drawing, and it is mostly applied in finishing. For the mechanical engineers, you understand, when you do the filleting, it is to beautify, to remove those sharp ends. So you can see I will use this rectangle here, the one we did at first. At this corner, if you don't want something sharp, what you do, you click on the fillet. So the fillet, okay, so you will select the first line and the second line for the corner. So you can see the curve is formed. This is what we call a fillet. It is to smoothen that curve. Maybe you're doing finishing on a weld, a window, just you want to smoothen it so that it is not sharp. Most of the time for beautifying, safety purposes, that's how we add a fillet. Then we have a chamfer. A chamfer, it is instead of a curve, we create a flat corner. So we can go to the chamfer, and you can also still specify the length of the chamfer that you want. So this one is 1.2. So when you click on the two lines, a chamfer is formed. So you can still increase depending on what you want. It can be 6 meters. Let me use this line and this line. You see, a chamfer is formed automatically. So these are all helping you modify your drawing. So instead of you coming to draw, you draw lines, this line, then you begin dimensioning like that. No, as long as you know the length of this, you can just create it as a chamfer. Okay, then the next one, you can go to a corner. How to create a corner? How to create a corner? I can still use my diagrams here. How to create a corner? I'll use, let me use this one. So okay, let me draw, I don't think I have a better one. Let me draw lines to show you what I want to explain. Like this, you have to something like this. So if I want to create a corner at this point, you just come modify, then come to corner, then click on this line, click on this line, a corner is formed. It is going to chop off what is not required automatically to form a corner. As simple as that. Then trim. So trim can be similar to what we've done. Trim is just to chop up what you don't want. So I can still do the same thing. I can draw a line. Just use the same example like this. So if you want to trim off anything that is overlapping, is not in the way we want it, just come to trim. Trim is like erasing. So when I click on what I don't want there, it goes. I see, it goes. I see, it goes. So trim can help you remove unwanted lines during your constructions. That is trim. So it is under modification. Then we can go for another one. Let me just create some more space. This is the trim element to remove whatever you've been drawing, right? So okay, that's a good environment. Then we have another element of extend. So extend, I'll use this to show you how to extend. Maybe you've drawn a line that does not reach, or it does not reach where you want it. Assuming this line, I want it to touch this. So what I do, I'll just click on extend and click on the line. So when I click on the line will move automatically. When you click on the line, it moves automatically to the nearest line. Maybe I can show another one. Click to this one. You see, it goes to the nearest line. As simple as that. That is extend for you. Then we have another one, split. So split, you can see that I use this line. This line is attached to this. Or let me use this circle here. I'll come back to that. I can use this circle and it will ask me, what do you want to split? And I want to split this circle. Are you seeing what is happening? Everywhere I touch, it is splitting it. So when you go to dimensioning, this is like creating the points we've seen earlier. Split the line into 2, split it into 4. That is split. So that means that the line, I can now dimension it again, as you shall see in dimension. If I want, if this has a different length from this one, and I've already created a single line, I can break it down. Use split. Then drag. Of course, when you click on the line, I think whatever you want to drag, when you click, it moves everything. Are you seeing this? That's how it works. Can select another one. If I want to drag it, you can see it is moving. You see? You want to move this, can fit this. You want to move it, I think you just do that. So the next one, we can go to cut. So cut is the same. If you want to cut something, you want to remove that thing, just zoom in. I can cut from here, select cut. So what do you want to cut? This line, you want to cut it. So just double right click, then end paste collection. So after cutting it, from where do you want it? Maybe I want it to this position. You see, it is gone. So when you finish, you can put it wherever you want it. Then that is the cut, paste, even copy is similar. Can copy this, right click, end paste selection. Then you see it has copied this very line from here. Then I can bring the line here. Can do it multiple times as I wish. Okay, then move is the same. If you want to move this line, okay, okay, if I want to move this line, then I take it where I want it. It's similar to copying and pasting, sorry, to cutting and pasting, like that. But you see, move, every time you move, it leaves the other place. Every time you move, it follows where you go. I think the one that is here, it goes and comes this side when you click to another place. So this is different from cut and paste, because cut and paste, it cuts once, then begins pasting wherever you want it. But this one, if you're moving, it moves in that manner. Then if you want to replicate, it means you want to reproduce, similar to cutting and pasting. You want to produce this multiple times. You end that, then you begin replicate it. I think you begin replicating it. You produce multiple that are similar to it. That's replicating. The next one is to duplicate. Duplicate requires another sketch from a different plane. We shall see that when we begin sketching on different planes. We have offsetting. Offsetting creates something similar but of a smaller dimension or a greater dimension. Take an example. We can come to this circle here. When you go to offset, I want to offset this circle. Then right click and end, then place. I think it is like you're constraining now. You're forming another circle at a given distance from this one. I think it can be bigger, it can be smaller. That is how to offset, like that. Then we can still do the same. You just right click and end. Then still we can offset even a line. I'll take this example, a line. Then you end selection. So offsetting, I think it is, even if I go up, it is not moving. It is offsetting the line parallel. It is concentric to it. So it can never take it up or down. It is just parallel to that in the same orientation. So that is offsetting. Then lastly, in modifying, we have the spline edit. We had a spline we formed in draw, the spline. So if you want to edit the spline, what you do, don't begin moving points, doing this, that. No. You just put a new point. You just come, click on spline edit, then it will select the spline. So when you select the spline, just drag it wherever you want to take it. You want to take it here, you want to take it there. I think what is happening, because it is moving. So the next part is dimensioning. We can go for dimensioning. So in dimensioning, we have general dimensioning. So basically, general dimension is good to use because it helps you just click on any component you want. And as you can see, unlike in some other softwares like in SolidWorks, where you click a dimension and it comes here, the dimension is brought down here. So if you want to put a diameter of this circle, you just come and click here and say it is 30. Let's say it is 30. Then you enter. Then it is automatically fed. Then another one, you can have this horizontal line. You can have this. You can have this. So generally, when you use this general icon, it is going to dimension each polygon separately. If it is a line, it's going to measure that line. If it is a circle, it's going to measure the radius of a circle. But sometimes you need to measure a distance between two lines, a distance between a circle and a line, a distance between a point and a line, something like that. So that's why we have these other icons. Like if you want to measure a horizontal distance between two lines or a circle or what, I can just click to one line and the second line. So you can see the horizontal distance is being defined. This still works for a circle. It can be on the circumference of the circle. I think it creates a tangent dimensioning, or it can be from the center to this line. Still, you can still dimension, sorry. Or this cannot be defined because we've defined the tangent already. Okay, so you can press that then we can delete that. Just hit delete, that is gone, because our circle is already constrained by this. Then if you want a vertical distance between, let's say, this line and this, it will give you the vertical distance, which the general part, our general icon, cannot do. So this one is basically for length in vertical, purely vertical and purely horizontal. Then we have length stroke distance. So I might need a distance between that line and this line, these 2 points. You see, this is not purely horizontal, it is not vertical, so it is inclined. So if you want to get a distance between anything and it's not inclined, you have to go for the length stroke radius. If it is purely vertical or horizontal, you go for these icons. Then if you want to put a radius, I've already mentioned the diameter of this, so let me first draw another circle. Let me put it down here. Oh. Now let me use a new area so that is clear. So like for this circle, if you want, go back to dimension. If you want to put the radius of this, you just click on it. As long as you click on radius, it will always bring the radius. If you click diameter, it will bring diameter. That's the difference between the two icons. But if you use general, the general will always go for the diameter. I think. But if you want to, you're given the radius and you want to do those calculations, you want to do it the way it is, you go for radius. Then still all of them, you just come and input the dimensions from down here. Then an angle between lines, we can draw lines. Can say this line and this line. So if you want to define the angle between the two lines, you just click on this line and this line, then you'll have the angle being defined. Are you seeing that? The angle. Then you can define the angle from down here. Then semi-automatic. Semi-automatic, it means that it does most of the things automatically. Like when I fit, I have a lot of things here. I can fit and you see what we mean. So what it does first, it is going to semi-automatic, it's going to define everything you have in here. So when you click on this, it finishes that one, it goes to the next one. It dimensions everything that requires to be dimensioned. Are you seeing that? It dimensions, now it is dimensioning circles first. Every circle, it is dimensioning it. Shows you this has to be dimensioned, it's not dimensioned, this has to be dimensioned. That is semi-automatic, and dimension everything. As long as you click this, it will show you every point that requires to be defined. Then if you want to edit, maybe you want to edit this radius, you can edit it from here. You come radius, you specify whatever you want. Then if you want to move, still maybe I've put this in the wrong position. Okay, let me use these two dimensions. You see this dimension and this dimension? You might get confused between the two. So what you do, you move this one. Just click on it. I think you can also still move this one lower like that. That is the moving icon in dimensioning. Still, you can pick another dimension that is not clear. You can say, oh, this is too small, it is not visible. Click on it, it will move. That is to move. Then to animate, if you want to animate a dimension, but let's say this one, you can animate this dimension. You see, it is showing you that this can move because this is an angle. It can either be increased or decreased. That is what animation shows. You see, you can increase or decrease. Then we can still animate even the radius. You see, you can increase or reduce. It is showing you if you want to increase or decrease the radius. You can do this for many as you wish. It is showing you. Now you see this circle, it is moving because it has tangents and it moves with its tangents. Maybe you can see that it is moving with its tangents. So even if you increase the tangents, move along with it. Then the display, it is how you want this to be displayed, by name or by value. I think, look at this, by name and value. So if I want my value to be displayed here, like radius is this, diameter is this, I just click. If I don't want, I remove it. If I want, I put it there, such that in everything I dimension, instead of being down here, it shows me that this diameter of this circle is 60. Then the radius of this is this. So it puts it with the value. And you can still do the vice versa. You can only put like this. I see, name is gone. Then when you put name back, you see, I see. So this is just how you want to display your dimensions.